Beef and pork are traditional animal foods that, in their whole and minimally processed forms, provide complete protein, iron, zinc, vitamin B12, and other nutrients essential for muscle function, oxygen transport, and neurological health. Fresh cuts of beef or pork, whether roasted, stewed, grilled, or slowly braised, retain their natural muscle structure and nutrient density, and when eaten in balanced meals, they can support satiety and long-term metabolic stability. The nutritional concern emerges not from the meat itself, but from the industrial processes used to preserve, intensify, and extend the shelf life of certain meat products. When beef and pork are turned into hot dogs, bacon, salami, luncheon meats, spam, or pepperoni, the original food matrix is heavily altered. These products are typically finely ground, emulsified, or mechanically separated, which accelerates digestion and reduces the natural satiety that whole muscle cuts provide. To stabilize these altered textures, manufacturers rely on curing agents, emulsifiers, binders, and preservatives, shifting the product firmly into the ultra-processed category. What was once a dense, protein-rich food becomes a reformulated mixture designed for consistency, flavor impact, and long storage rather than nourishment. Curing agents such as nitrates and nitrites are a defining feature of many processed beef and pork products. While they play a role in preventing bacterial growth and preserving color, they can also form potentially harmful compounds when exposed to high heat or during digestion. Regular consumption of nitrate-cured meats has been associated with increased oxidative stress and inflammation, which contrasts sharply with the neutral or beneficial effects of fresh, unprocessed meat consumed in moderation. This risk is amplified when these meats are fried or grilled at high temperatures. Salt is another central issue. Ultra-processed meat products are often extremely high in sodium, not only for flavor but also for water retention and preservation. Frequent intake of high-salt meats can contribute to elevated blood pressure, vascular strain, and fluid imbalance, particularly when combined with modern diets already high in sodium. Unlike fresh beef or pork, where salt can be added judiciously during cooking, processed meats deliver large, fixed amounts that are difficult to moderate. Preservation and flavor enhancement also come at the cost of nutrient balance. Many processed meats contain added fats, often refined or rendered, which increase calorie density without improving satiety. Smoking, curing, and drying can reduce heat-sensitive vitamins and alter protein structure, diminishing some of the nutritional advantages that whole meat naturally provides. In highly processed forms like hot dogs and luncheon meats, the actual meat content may be significantly diluted by fillers, starches, and flavoring systems. Another concern is how processed beef and pork products are typically consumed. They are often eaten frequently, in sandwiches, pizzas, or snack settings, rather than as part of composed meals with vegetables and fiber-rich foods. This eating pattern increases exposure to preservatives and salt while displacing fresher protein sources. Over time, this can contribute to metabolic imbalance, weight gain, and increased cardiovascular risk, even in individuals who otherwise eat relatively well. There is also a powerful health halo effect at play. Because beef and pork are associated with strength, protein, and satiety, their processed forms can be mistakenly viewed as nutritionally equivalent to fresh meat. In reality, the extensive curing, chemical preservation, and reformulation fundamentally change how these foods behave in the body. What remains is a product optimized for shelf life, uniform flavor, and convenience, not for metabolic health. In summary, beef and pork cross into ultra-processed territory when preservation and industrial efficiency take precedence over natural structure and nutritional integrity. Hot dogs, bacon, salami, and similar products are defined not by the meat they start with, but by the additives, curing agents, and salt that dominate their final form. Understanding this distinction allows fresh beef and pork to be appreciated for their nutritional value while recognizing that their heavily processed versions carry a very different risk profile and are best treated as occasional foods rather than dietary staples.